Yes.
Oh, we're back. We're back. And we got shirts. Look at our shirts.
Speak up, shirts is on.
Yes. We're a team. We are so excited to be back. It feels like forever. Like, oh my goodness, we miss being up here. We miss talking to you guys. We miss Blaine. Nope, no, we don't.
Yeah, y'all miss me. Y'all miss me.
Not really. Not really.
Not really. But yeah, we're so excited to be back. The Speak Up team is back and we're ready. Oh, hey. Yeah, so you know how we do. Before we even start introducing each other, go ahead, look at the bottom right-hand corner, hit that share button, share it with your cousins, your aunts, your cousins, your neighbors, the people down the street, your co-workers, your boss, the dude you saw in Lowe's that you want to meet. Everybody you know, because this is a show everybody's been asking for, and we're so excited. So you know what, before we get into all that, let's go ahead and introduce these beautiful people you see before you. So of course, we're gonna start with the most beautiful one up here already. Look at her, she's so sweet. Look at her face. Look at her. Look at her.
You don't stop. If you don't stop.
Her birthday's coming up, y'all. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We take cash. Gifts.
Yeah, we do. Yes.
But yes, you guys. So we have Erica. Y'all say hey to Erica.
Hey guys.
What up?
And then we have the most talented, organized.
Yes.
Oh man, keeping us together on point, especially Blaine. About to call him BJ. He keeps us always together. Make sure we fly. Make sure our stuff is together. We love her. Oh my goodness, the beautiful Tamika. Yes. Hi, Tamika.
Hi everyone. I missed you so much.
Oh my gosh.
And then we have, me. No, I'm just waiting.
Yes. Yes.
I'm Lenny, as you all know. I'm Lenny from 910, always representing my area, the Lux blog, of course. And then we have the man of the hour, the one behind the man with the master plan, the one that puts everything together, the one that gets on our last nerve sometimes.
Yes.
The guy y'all been talking about, people pulling me aside in Walmart asking about Mr. Blaine Way. What's up, Blaine?
What up? What's going on?
So before we get into the topic one more time, make sure you click that share button at the bottom right-hand corner of the podcast screen here. We want to make sure everybody has the opportunity to share in this conversation because y'all been asking about this, so we right back. So Erica, go ahead and tell us what we're talking about tonight.
So our topic for tonight is child support versus life support. So a couple of things that are happening now around that topic. First of all, Matt Barnes. So we talked about Matt Barnes, I want to say a couple shows ago, about how he just gained custody of his two sons. Well, now he has gone back to court. He was originally paying $20,000 a month in child support, and now he is wanting to pay $2,000 a month per child in child support. Now, this is the thing. Why is he still paying child support when he has full custody of his sons? Like, it's crazy, but he still has to pay child support. So that was one thing I thought was surprising. I don't know if you all read that story or not, but that's crazy.
Wow.
That's a court system.
Yeah. Crazy. So another crazy story is Tyrese. I don't know if y'all heard, did y'all read about that story this week
Yes,
at all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Tyrese's baby's mother does not work, but she racks up a lot of money in childcare. And so, of course, Tyrese went to court and he's trying to figure out, why do you need 7 hours of childcare if you're not working? And so her response was because she's living life. So
Living
whatever
her
that
best
means,
life.
the reason why she keeps her child in childcare for 7 hours, because she living her best life is what she really was trying to say. But anyways, he won that. So he went to court. Of course, the judge ruled that he does not have to pay he doesn't have to pay childcare if mom is not working. So yeah, that was what was happening today, currently.
I bet she get a job now.
Nah, she don't, because I mean, at the end of the day, he doesn't have to pay child care, but she still gets child support from him.
Support, yep.
Right, but not child care expenses.
Yeah, so I mean, at the end of the day, she's probably gonna do what I think she should have been doing the first time, is using that child support to pay for the child care, not him paying for child care.
Right, because he was paying both. Well, I guess his child support amount was super high because that child care bill was also included within the child support amount.
Well, I just.
Why would it have to be?
But she's not working. She just said she's living life.
That was the wrong statement to make. Why would you say that?
I would have made up something. I mean, at least say, you know what? I got to go run errands. I got to do. She just said she living life.
Because the court system is meant to protect and help the women. You ask me. I mean, you saw that post I made earlier in the on the Way to Parent page. It said child support basically could have keep up with today's time. Once again, it was created in 1975. It only been a couple of amendments done to child support, but none of it's been drastic to the point where it's it's a changing thing for anyone. The thing is worked off of a formula, off your income, and then it's based off that what you make. Then it's that child support distributed out to her. I think it should be changed. Like I said before, in part one, it needs to be a cutoff. Like, you got 2 kids, you're in this state. This is the amount by state from cost of living, how much is affordable for child support. Everyone should not be entitled to $20,000. $20,000 a month. That's unheard of.
That's really crazy.
But if it depends. It's off of what the parent makes. That's what it's.
Well, and just like anything, it should be. The other parent should be required to have a job. Child support is supposed to be from 2 parents, not 1 parent.
Exactly. That's a good point.
It should not just be off of 1 income.
Blaine, I think it should be like, you remember we were talking a while back when we were talking about how you were saying it should be a set amount depending on like the situation or whatever. I think I agree with that. I think it should be a set amount of money, depending on the situation. Like, one amount could be for like if you were married and the kids, blah blah blah, or another amount if you were not married but had a kid. I think that they should, when it comes to a situation like that, especially, I think that they are really just like overdoing it. Like, they're just being extra, and it's really not fair. It's really not fair to whoever's paying. And I think that maybe that's something they should consider, having a set amount. I think that would be a good idea for, especially with cases like this, when especially if you're in a certain income bracket, there's no reason for someone to be paying that much money a month in child support. Like, there is no reason.
Look, I'm gonna share some info. I can't say the name of the guy I talked to earlier this week, but he makes pretty good money. He got a raise in his job, hit a certain bracket, but child support found out, right? He's already paying child support already. He's not behind on anything. But once he got that raise, look, the dude went from making at least $3,500 to now $1,500 a month now. Only so that means every 2 weeks he gets $795. And I was like, I asked him why.
How many kids?
For 2 kids. Okay. So hold up. So it's 2 separate kids. It's 2 kids, but separately. So it's 2 different baby mamas. So really, when you think about it, one baby mama should maybe get $400. The other one should get $400. One of the baby mamas is a retired military, disability, GI Bill. I mean, and she does contracting work. I mean, she's making a killing by herself, and yet this man is paying her like almost half his check. I just don't get it.
Okay. I have a question. So I thought that they use a formula or a worksheet that does take an account of both parents' income. Why is it so I guess it's set up that the custodial parent, whomever has the child and they're receiving child support, their income is not factored in?
Well, I know for sure in the state of North Carolina, like, you can actually go to the website, I think it's NC Child Support, something, whatever, and they have 3 different formulas up there. They have one for the shared custody, split custody and all this different stuff. And then what they do is, if you're doing like the regular, I don't know what the proper name is, but what they do is they have like, they take the mother's income and the father's income and they combine them together. And what they do is they go by like, what percentage of the whole household income does each parent contribute? So like, let's say if Blaine and I were married and we divorced, and let's say I'm taking the kids, but I bring in 75% of the majority of the household income, then I'm going to pay 75% towards the child support, the care of the child. So that's how it works in the state of North Carolina if it's done fairly. But
well, let me say this for everybody that's commenting. Yeah, there is a formula. Yeah, there is some worksheets being used. But for myself, I've been on both sides of child support and the receiving. And when it came to me having to give out, I was paying almost $1,500 to $1,700. Now, when it's reversed or whatever else, it's so many excuses that's used for the women or why she can't pay child support. So, with that being said, it's an unfair system, period. If it would have been me behind child support, I'd have been locked up already.
Blaine, did you ever file a contempt action?
No, it's not contempt. I have to go through my child support, who I'm assigned to. All right, from there they send out a letter to whoever else. They give them a certain amount of days, and then you get subpoena, whatever. You get a certain amount of days to either catch up your child support, pay in full, and then you got to go to court. From there, if it doesn't get paid, then you're supposed to do some kind of judge action. But I'm just saying.
But you know what, Blaine, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna share. I'm gonna be very.
Oh, she paid $3,000 for 2 children. Where you at? New York, Cali, Mega. Mega Roberts.
Mega, really? You make money. But,
she paying. Yeah. What's your job?
I think Mega is a man.
He has Mega. He called in. That is Mega. He called in.
Mega is a man.
He has a couple of companies. But anyway, I remember when being very.
Oh, I see a woman profile though.
It's man.
That's his mom.
Oh.
That's his mom, and he's from Virginia.
What job you got, bro?
Whatever. What I'm trying to say, Blaine, is hey Mega, thanks for joining us. Hey Sharon, thanks for joining us. Being a little transparent, I remember when my ex-husband and I initially decided to do the child support route. Each person's assigned their own case manager. Like he has a case manager, I have a case manager. Mm-hmm. And I remember when we first initially did the paperwork for it, we did not have to be present. They worked out the formula, worked out the numbers. I had to turn in all the supporting documentation or whatever, right? And the lady came back with this like crazy figure. Like, I was like, yo, like, how can you expect him to pay that? I remember saying like, that's crazy. And I'm the type of person, I'm just want to be fair. I'm a fair person. I'm not a dramatic person. I like for things to be peaceful and fair. And I knew from being married to him for so long, I knew that he could not afford the amount that they would put on that paper. I mean, like, no, there's no way. He works for the state. He's not going to be able to pay thousands and thousands of dollars. It's not going to work like that. So what I did was, as a mature woman, I went back and I said, okay, this is really all I need. And this is half of this amount, and this is half of this amount. Let's go for that figure. And when I called the lady back with my number, which is probably less than half, because being realistic, she was like, you're crazy. Like my case manager told me I was crazy. She said, do you realize you can get this? I'm like, but if I get that, if it was me, I would just quit my job. Like, I'm not paying that. That's all good stuff. And that's why we have so many men who quit their jobs or things like that, because you put them in a position where they can't even survive. And then you can't call somebody a deadbeat dad when you put them in a position where they have no choice but to be a deadbeat daddy. Like, you know, I remember watching a special one time about a guy that lived in New York. He lived in an apartment that was probably the size of my shoe closet. And he paid $300, and it was because he could only afford to pay $300 a month because he was paying thousands of dollars in child support. I do believe that sometimes in some places, in some cases, in some cities, that women are kind of favored a little bit. Not everywhere.
Be petty, because I'm like, a lot of these women, a lot of times, you know, they're trying to like stick it to the man. You know what I'm saying? And not really taking, you know, just like a mom needs to be, her well-being needs to be, you know, good to raise her kids, a father's well-being needs to be good too. If he is paying all this money and he can't live and can't survive, then he gonna be angry because he gonna feel like he's being cheated. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, a lot of times, right, you know, like you said, Lenny, and I saw Salisa said it's in here in the chat. She said, keyword, you're a mature woman. Some women just don't have that balance and want to make sure that, you know, you're living okay. You're not stressing and trying to survive. And then you got to be a good father too, you know?
Well, let's talk about the single mom who's getting a basic amount of child support, and is really not helping her meet ends. And then the dad goes and gets a better job. He's making more money. He could probably do more, but chooses not to. He probably has side jobs that he don't even claim. And still, see, that's one thing I don't like either, is when a person can work a job and they can get the child support taken out of that one job. And whatever that cap is, let's say the cap is $300. Now they go and get a better job and the cap probably would be like $800 or $900, but they just keep the cap at $300. I feel like if you do that, I feel that's a problem.
No.
Because if you can do better for your child, then you should. If the mother is struggling, your child's going to be struggling. And that's something people don't understand. And as a child, how would you imagine if you watched your dad live in a nice house, drive a nice car, but you watch your mother struggle all your life? Like you're gonna feel some type of way about your dad. You're gonna be like, Dad, why you never helped us out? Why you never, help mom?
Well, how come the mom just can't give up? Y'all can't work. The mom can't work at work out the issues and let the child live with the parents.
Because this is the thing, Blaine, and this is 100% true. Most dads don't want to deal with it. They don't want to deal with having to take a child out. Not talking about you, but I'm talking about from what I have come across.
I know,
taking on that responsibility. Most men don't want to be bothered. I'm just saying.
A lot of women also don't want to give up the kid because they want to keep that income coming in too.
But wait a minute, but what she's saying,
you might be right.
Listen to
her. I get it. I get what she said. She said a lot of guys don't want to be bothered.
Well, let's talk about one set of people at a time. What she's talking about is that set of people that there's a woman who is not trying to be greedy. She literally really does need the extra help.
Yes, Lenny.
And the child and the mother are watching the father live his best life, and they're struggling.
Right.
That's a hard pill to swallow. It is a hard pill to swallow.
It is.
And then and I remember a friend of mine that was in that same situation, and she just could not understand why her dad will allow them to struggle and go without lights and go without food when they would have pictures of them going on family vacations that she was never invited to.
Oh,
so,
wow.
And then you wonder why the child is so bitter or has so much resentment towards their father.
Exactly.
So
that's a maturity problem.
But
on whose part?
On a guy's part.
I think all the issues that we have when it comes to all the drama or the dramatic parts of co-parenting, whether it's child support or anything, all of that comes to lack of maturity. Because when you're a mature person who's completely done with the relationship side of that with that person, you should be able to get along with that person with peace and those types of things. Normally, people have issues with their exes or baby daddy, baby mamas when they still want to be with them. I'm being honest. And then it just happens that way. Because even if you're a person, like for example, if you're a person who do not get a lot of help from your particular co-parent, they don't get a lot of visits and stuff like that. But if you're a person that's completely done with that situation, it won't even matter to you.
Nope.
You're gonna be like, you know what, we're gonna do what we gotta do, and we're gonna go on.
Right.
Hey, so we got a couple of questions in the group in the comments. I want to start us focusing on or hitting. Megan Roberts said, so what happens when a man is struggling and the woman is living her best life? Well, that actually goes on today so much. I keep saying her, so I'm sorry, bro. I keep seeing the profile picture. So sorry about that. But that goes on today so much. Like the guy is struggling, is no let up on child support. It keeps getting backed up to the point where he has to either shoot. Well, there ain't no choices. He either goes to jail, he doesn't have a check, he gives up his apartment or whatever he's living at. He can't have a car, he can't afford one. Like the most thing he can afford is a bus, $2 phone, and he don't have no money. He probably don't have money to feed himself. So with that being said, I think a lot of changes to be made. I also want to hit on Lakeisha Gaines. She said, speaking of what you said, I guess, Erica, she started off rough with her son's father, but now things are a lot better. She gets close to $800 for her son and has a debit card to the dad's bank account. If he needs something extra or wants something. Now, with that being said, once again, like I said, that's based off maturity. A lot of guys is not going to do that. A lot of guys is not going to give you access to that, or even being as his son. I mean, that's good for you and your son, but a lot of guys are not going to do that. Some women would take advantage of that. I'm just
a lot of times
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Tamika, I'm sorry.
No, I cut you off. Go ahead.
A lot of times
so polite. I love it.
A lot of times you have a lot of situations where the men are doing these things, and then they get that significant other, that new girl, and she's like, wait a minute, you got access to what? You paying for the cell phone bill and you paying You have the other person that comes in and influences the person that's paying all these things. So what should you do in that situation?
You know what? I just read about a situation like that with J-Lo and Alex Rodriguez. Mm-hmm. She basically controlling a relationship with him and the baby, him and his baby mama. I don't forget what the issue was, but it was supposed to be mediation. She showed up to mediation. It's only supposed to be them two. She showed up, was like, okay, come on. And then when he had to write out stuff, J-Lo told Alex what he better agree to, what he better not agree to.
I think the girlfriends need to stay out of it. Let that man handle if he's married to some, you can encourage him at home and help him to make better decisions. But that J-Lo move, that's crazy. But I also want to, Felicia Bethay said, I agree. Most men don't want to deal with children on a daily basis. And I'm not one to give up my children. I'm not pressed for the child support. I just want them to have quality time with their dad, and he won't even do that.
But, hold up, Paul. Let me read that.
Yep. Felicia Bethay is what she said.
Man.
I was talking to someone the other day. This is cool. I was talking to someone the other day. I was talking to a guy. And he's going through he's in the middle of a divorce or whatever, and they're going through the whole custody thing. He wants the son, and she wants the son. He says, if I have the son, I'm not paying child support. If you have the son, I'm either going to have the son or pay child support. I'm not going to do both. So he's saying if he pays child support, he doesn't need to see the son.
That's crazy.
No, see, and look,
and I was literally like, are you really saying this?
Look,
that's crazy.
There are people out there that really believe that's cool.
Right, Lenny, that's what I was trying to say. A lot of them don't even want to be bothered with the child.
And I want to say this as from a guy perspective, man. Matter of fact, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's a lot of sorry ass guys out here. All right, they're just plain and simple.
Sorry ass women too.
Hey, look, that's true, and I wish it was better in certain instances, but man, look. Even if you pay child support, that does not give up your responsibility as a dad. Period. You are there to raise that kid and influence them as much as you can. All right, and give them a better life as much as possible. Money. Yeah, I mean, it's not about money. It's just part of being a part of their life and seeing them come up and do the same things that you was doing as a kid, playing sports or whatever else, team stuff. Like that's what you're supposed to be doing. Don't let the money fool you of your responsibilities. And that's the problem with today's society is these guys say, well, I'm playing this or that. Okay, got it. You paying it. That still does not change your responsibility. But I will say this too. There are guys that do pay and it's the opposite. The mom would not let them see their child too.
Right.
It's a little petty it's some petty moments where he's moved on. He's paying child support. He want to be part of the child's life. And then she won't let him because he got a new girlfriend.
Right.
So it goes both ways.
And it goes back to what Lenny said too originally. Usually that's a maturity thing. And you probably still want to be with this man, but I don't want to be with him. I don't want to have nothing to do with him and this and that.
Let me tell y'all something for real. Like real talk, being very transparent, okay?
Give it to
when
us.
I got okay, like I'm gonna tell you something. People be like, you don't have any. Look, when I got out of my marriage, I was done. Okay, the only thing we had in common was the two beautiful children that we share. I don't care what you do, who you do it with, who you do it to, how you do it. I don't care. That, as long as you being, my only thing is making sure that I provide you with the opportunity to be a father. If you don't take up on the opportunity, boo boo, that's you. That's you missing out. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that matters to me is my kids. I don't want you. You don't want me, and we're good to go. I was talking to someone the other day because one of my friends posted a video of two parents trying to trade off the kid. Like they were coming so the father could pick up the kid to keep for a weekend or something. They got this huge argument in this video because the father didn't want the mother to carry the child to the car and put the child in the car.
I saw that video.
Let me tell you something. If it was me, I don't care. If you want to put the child in the car, cool. I'm gonna get in the front seat. Make sure you lock the door when you're done. My thing is this. As long as I get my kids where they need to be, that's all that matters. Okay. Right. When you have people that argue over dumb stuff, that's not even petty. That's dumb stuff.
Right.
That makes this big issue over something stupid. That means they're not over each other. When you're over that person, you don't care who they with, why they with them, what they wearing, where they get it from, where they work. You don't care. All you care about is making sure that you provide them with the opportunity to be what they need to be to that child. You don't even care if they take up on the opportunity or not. Because at the end of the day, as a mature mother or a mature father, the only thing that you're concerned about that's in relation to the other person are the children.
Facts. Yes.
Sarah Bryant said, my son's father broke up with me when I told him I was pregnant. What a low down man. Nah.
Yes. No, Tamika, you said it.
She said it took me 4 years to get support, and he hasn't seen or tried to be involved with our son since he was 9 months old. And our son
he's now, no, you forgot, 9 months old, and our son is now 11, she said.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
Okay, I hear it. My bad.
Yes, I mean, that's crazy. I mean,
it is.
And, Mega said something about, people assume that, men don't want to deal with children every day because they don't get, because we don't get the opportunity because the system is designed. I can tell you right now, Mr. Mega, men could not handle not all. I'm not saying all.
I'm about to say, go ahead.
Excluding you, Blaine, and a few others.
Hey, I'm ready for it now.
Please believe we do have some men that will, but I'm going to even go as far as a lot of men could not do what mommy does. Mommy sometimes has the emotional capacity. She has the patience. Men sometimes aren't built for some of those things.
What?
Learn. I said sometimes.
She's talking about some.
Wait a minute, hold up, I'm trying to rock with you, girl, but you on the line right there, girl.
Some men.
No, that's like saying. I
really would like to finish my point.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, finish so I can come at you.
Some men are not. They just aren't. They're not built to do it. They can't do what mommy does.
They ain't built like that.
Yeah, not all men. Okay, mothers are nurturers by nature. Okay, they're nurturers by nature. Men are good at being, teaching them how to do this and that other. You got some fathers. Now, my dad is very affectionate and emotional and nurturing. My dad was the one, oh, my beautiful girls or whatever. But not all men. I think that's why the court, and I saw a court show that they sided with the mother, and the father was trying to fight for the child. He wanted custody, and then she was fighting. They gave the child to the mother, and the judge said specifically out of her mouth, because you too hard, sir. You would not be able to nurture this child the way this child needed. That's why I'm giving it to the mother.
Okay.
The judge said that.
You done?
Okay. Here we go. Ding.
Hold on, because we got the comments going now. Hey, look, we about to open this phone line up in 2 minutes, y'all. Let me say my little piece real quick, and we're gonna open this phone line up because I don't agree with that 100% at all. Because first of all, some women aren't meant to be mothers. Yeah, you can have a child, don't make you a mother.
That's true.
I mean, there's plenty of cases we got women doing the same things men do. Now, as far as men not being nurturers or whatever else, I know plenty of men are just as good as women, loving, whatever, caring, whatever. When we have daughters, that's like saying a woman can't raise a boy. It's the same concept.
You know, I kind of have reservations about that too. But
I'm just saying it's the same concept. A woman can't raise a boy. If you're saying that concept.
Well, I feel like the boy needs, if the father is not around, there should be a man who can positively influence that boy. I do feel that's important. So.
Yeah, but I don't want to sway. You said what, Lenny?
Mom did a great job raising her sons.
Hey, congrats to her. Hey, but I'm not gonna sway too much from the issue of what we talk about today. Matter of fact, we're gonna go ahead and open the lines up. Can we drop that phone number?
Drop it in.
It's blowing
Why
up.
we dropping? Let me just say this though. Why we dropping? Why we drip?
Yeah.
I'm going to say, I agree a little bit with Tamika on this one because the single parent.
Yes, Lenny came back to the right side.
Even the single parent father can't handle being a single parent like a single mother can. Because when a man is a single parent, the whole earth has to shut down. Like they can only do one thing at a time. They can't multitask. A single mother can work, pay the bills, have a life, take care of the kids, all this kind of stuff. A man can't do that.
I'm feeling offended because I'm pretty sure I do all that.
I'm offended, baby, because when you get offended, you get off focus. We need you to stay focused.
I'm about to focus. I'm about to focus on y'all now. Y'all got the right one today.
I'm just saying, I kind of agree, but then I also agree a little bit with, in some situations, it takes a strong woman yet humble woman to raise a son, and to raise a son that is successful. I think that it is possible, just like it is possible for a man to raise two daughters, a young lady. But a lot of times when men raise girls, they're not. Well, never mind. I'll leave that alone.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we dripping?
Yeah, Lenny. I know what you was gonna say though. It's all right.
I'm gonna say this right here to Blaine. You are one of a kind. Okay, let's not get it twisted. And I'm sure there's many men out there like you, but there's not a lot of men like you. Okay. Hello. Thank you for calling Speak Up. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Felicia. I'm calling from Laurinburg.
Hi, Felicia.
Hello. See in the building.
What's your question or comment, Felicia?
Yes, I was calling to, I had already made a statement about, only thing I want for my children is for them to spend time with their father, and that the child support is not an issue, but all I do know is, like, it bothers me that he doesn't do it, and then my children have issues as far as, you know, the quality time, and they ask me questions as to why. And like I try to get him to realize, they're not going to know where this money is coming from. They don't even know about that. I mean, I don't discuss that with them. But here's the thing. His thing is only $50. And I have 2 children by him. Oh, wow. So $50 is really not going to do anything. All I want is the quality time. So I'm trying to figure out, how do I balance that as far, because I can't make them do anything. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Did you say $50?
That's what she said, Lenny. 50 for 2 kids.
Two kids.
Girl.
Hey, if it makes any better, mine's 35.
Oof.
And he has 3.
He's 3 kids.
That's a damn shame.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
But hey, but with that being said, you can't force, like you said, you can't force nobody to be there. Only I can say, you know, when the kids get older, they're gonna recognize that. And they're going to know how much you did for them and everything else. And when he tries to get back in their life, you know, they're going to have some resentment. But you're right. You can't force it. You can't force the issue.
That's right. Well, thank you, Felicia, for calling and speaking up and telling us about your situation. And we do hope.
I hope it gets better.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
It will get better.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good one. Thank you for calling.
I remember when I was growing up, my father wasn't really around much. And it really bothered me. My dad paid child support, but he wasn't around. And I remember.
Reach dropping knowledge over here.
I remember wondering, like, what's wrong with me? And after a while, I was like, He missing out, boo.
Right, Lenny.
Thank you for calling. I have to wait for it to pick up. Thank you for calling Speak Up. What is your name and where you're calling from?
I had to call you. This is Megan from Virginia.
Hey,
What's going on, bro? Let them know. Let them know, bro.
Hey, Mega, what's your comment?
For one, we missing the whole point. Y'all got a bunch of stereotypes of what men can't do, what women can do, and all of that. Those are all stereotypes. The system has been broken since the 70s. That's back when men really didn't take care of their kids, but since the 2000s, men do a lot more men. We don't get credit for it, but a lot more men take care of their children more now than they've ever done in the past. But the system is still designed from back in the day. And you give all the credit to the women, which I don't have no problem with, but at the same time, we are not putting that opportunity. Like I said, I pay $3,000 a month for 2 children. So we are not giving that opportunity. And I have my kids every summer, all summer, every other weekend, plus holidays. And I still have to pay child support when I have my children. So the system is really broken. But we as people, especially African Americans, need to stop relying on child support and all that, and get back to the foundation of the home. That's the man and the husband, and trying to figure out how we make it work. That's my comment. I'm gone.
But it takes mature people to get back to that, like Lenny was saying.
Yes, it does. Oh,
Hey,
bye, Mr. Mega.
Is he gone?
Yeah,
he in and out.
and he said he had to say. He said
That's a hard working man.
he
He's
said he had
probably
to
working.
say he was gone. He said, "Look, I ain't gonna have time for y'all to even."
But I will say this is one thing I can say about Mega, that he is a good father and he does have his kids every summer, every holidays, every other weekend. And it doesn't matter where he is in the country or whatever, he makes time to be with his children. So he's a really good father.
Hats off to him.
Why do they make you pay child support if the kids are with him the whole summer? Where's the money? Shouldn't the money be supporting them?
No, because they calculate who has the children the most, and that's how it works.
Yeah. I had a friend. I'm surprised he's not up here. I'm pretty sure he'll chime in later, but I had a friend that was in the same situation, and what they would do was when he would have the kids during the summer, that mother was mature enough to say, okay, well, here's that money that you said that I got for child support to help you pay for,
Right, that's a decent thing to do.
Yeah.
Thank you for calling Speak Up Podcast. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi guys, this is Dorisha.
Hi.
Hey, Dorisha. What's your comment or your question?
So, I love this topic because my daughter is 7 and her father, he didn't want anything to do with her. He haven't been a part of her life, but he makes really good money. So I really needed help with child support, with my daughter for daycare so I could work and things. He was a truck driver, and his first child's mother got $500 in child support. So when I go, because I'm the second baby mom, or, I'm the second one, they only give me $50 a month. So he wasn't paying consistently. I was maybe getting it once every 6 months or so. So I just completely took him off, and he hasn't been in contact with her ever since. And she was like 2 months old. So the child support thing, I really think it sucks because I feel as though they should split it amongst the 2 parents, but they're not going to take from one child and give to the other child. So one child has to lack. So,
well,
she's not lacking anything because she is well taken care of because she has a big old family who love her and take her. This is my sister, y'all, just in case y'all
hi.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, my suggestion was, even though it's $50, never take them off, because at the end of the year, 50 times 12 months is what? I'm not a whatever. It's at least it's less than 1,000. About what, $900?
Yeah. But see, the only thing about that is he is a truck driver, so he was getting paid under the table. So even around tax time, I still wouldn't get any money from it.
No, I understand that. What I'm saying is, even though you wasn't getting anything, still don't take them off, because that $50 it's still something you can save up. Oh, that's just like a savings for you, for your daughter.
Yeah, that's true.
That's something that you just don't touch. You know, you don't need $50, but that's something that can stack up every year.
But he wasn't paying it.
Yeah, I was getting maybe once every 6 months, so it's not like I was consistently seeing $50.
Oh, gotcha. Okay,
that's why she said she didn't take him off because he wasn't paying it. She was getting.
I would have still left him on it. I would have still left him on it because whether he paid $50 for the whole year, there's still something that you could use for back to school supplies or something.
That's true.
I will say this. Unfortunately, you're right. When you are, I don't know if he was married to the first baby mother of his. I don't know if he was married to the first mother of his children. I hate to say baby mama. I hate that.
He wasn't married.
He wasn't married.
Okay. Well, I do know in a lot of cases when the person, the first children that are on that situation with that father, they do get more.
Yeah.
And then the thing was is that they also considered him. They said that he also had to have enough to live. So they had to consider his living when they, split up the child support as well. So I was like, well, it's just one of those. And then they considered my income, his income, and $50 was the outcome.
Is this the state of North Carolina?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I know, like, for example, like if but never mind, I ain't putting y'all up in my business, but I do know that that's what happens whenever you have another child, and I think the reasons behind it is because my aunt, well, she's like an aunt. She used to tell us she was a case manager dealing with child support, and she would say, "Well, you kind of knew what you could possibly be getting into."
Yeah, that's true. That is totally true. But thank you guys so much. I'm gonna let the next caller come in.
Thank you, Darisha. I love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Call back.
Yes.
Wow. I could really go in on that situation, which I've told y'all a little bit about it, when we did the last topic, because she has been through a lot in that situation. And I personally know, listen, I've even gone to court about, with her. Listen, she's been through a lot and she's a strong mom. She's married. And I'm so grateful for my brother-in-law because he stood up and he's doing what a man's supposed to do.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
Anybody else? Who's calling? Who's calling?
Any more callers for the night? Let's see. Call in at 828-799-0444. Speak up. Thursday.
I know one person who was getting child support, and she was getting a large amount, and then when she remarried, the amount went down. Do you know the girl divorced her husband? Like they separated so she could get that money back.
Wait, what?
That must have been a lot of child support.
Jesus.
Wow.
And
that check must have been nice.
The new husband was okay with it.
Really?
Yes. There are people that do that. There are people that will live together and never get married simply because they want that income to not change.
Oh, wow.
It's shady.
Sorry.
Any man that would want me to do that, he can't be with me.
You know what? That's kind of like, because y'all know I'm in the church, okay? That's kind of like the situation where the woman said, they was like, come on, man, we're going to pray for you and you can get your miracle. And she was like, no, I don't want no miracle because that's going to stop my disability.
Oh, my gosh. That's crazy.
She rather had a disability.
Hey, we got a Mayor Roberts said it should come out with a card that can only be used on children and be audited at the end of the year. That's one of the things I suggested last time. Yeah, I agree. You just can't go use it on nails, shoes. Well, I ain't gonna say shoes. Toenails, whatever else. Like
toenails.
Yeah, I'm just saying your feet. Like women, y'all get y'all pedicures and all that kind of stuff.
Some men get them too.
Yeah, well, you get what I'm saying though. But at the end of the day, you gotta show like Tyrese was wanting the singer. He was wanting receipts shown for his case. Like all this money he's paying out, you paying over $10,000 a month. Show me where every cent is going. But I think that's unfair.
One card is isn't that what the Sim one card is? They can't go back and track that.
You said what?
That Sim one card. There's a Sim one card that child support can go on.
I don't think they track it though.
Oh.
But why you disagree? Like why?
agree, because you don't need to know. Like if a mother is, hold on, let me. No, I want to speak, sir. Okay. When if a mother is getting the money and it's going in the household where the child lives, I feel like getting her nails done, getting her feet done is a part of her well-being. As
hey, you just earned yourself. Hey, y'all, she just earned herself the mute button. She been muted, y'all. So we gonna mute her.
That was so petty of you, Blaine.
I am petty.
That was so petty.
I am
Look
petty.
at her face. Look at her face, though.
He's being extra.
I just
You
don't
know
need
why?
it.
Because this show is about us speaking our opinion. So if you're gonna be muting us because you don't agree with us,
No. How is the nails and the hair part of her well-being? That got nothing to do with a kid.
yes, it does. Listen, when I go get my nails done and I get my hair done, I
No.
and so it helps me.
Maybe it's a stress reliever. Maybe her being with the kids.
But go use your own check for it.
I can.
That's true. I agree with that, Blaine. I do.
What if your payment came in 2 weeks late? You know what I'm saying? Or maybe, whatever your situation. And so I had to use my money to go
That's
ahead
not what you said, though.
What I need to do. So when your money,
That's true.
That's not what she said, though. That's not what she said. Now you switching it around. What you said was you get the child support money, you use it for your hair, your nails, or whatever else because you want to. Lenny, stop. But you didn't say your check is 2 weeks late. Ain't no self-care. You want to self-care? Wait till your check come in. Hey,
listen, Tamika, listen.
Mm-hmm.
You tripping? That's what it is. I don't know what's in that water.
Wait a minute, Blaine.
I can't stop laughing.
Listen, Tamika, listen. First of all, I want to comment.
Hey, let her know, y'all. Let her know.
Before I say what I gotta say, I love you, Tamika. I do. But what you just said, baby, come on. Now
that's the problem. That is
making it hard for me to shout out GP right now.
I think what she's saying is in order for her, the mother to take care of the child properly, she got to be right.
No.
And maybe that's something that
the mother should be right before she even have to get the child. No, baby, no. You better not buy no lace front with your Sam One card. No.
Hey, look, and you know what?
You don't want to make
not a lace front.
What kind of card? Wait,
you don't use
child support. They load the child support money.
Now, if you're going to get your 18-year-old daughter a lace front wig to wear to prom and get her nails and her toes done, yes. But that is not for you, Mama. No.
Guess what? I hope. You know what? Just like, hey, Lenny, just like Megan Roberts said, I hope you get audited and all the money get taken away and get reversed back. Because guess what? That is that mentality of what's wrong with half of the women today when they get their child support, thinking it's for them, buy their do the nails, get their hair done when your own child hair ain't done.
I have a problem with that. Tamika didn't say that.
No, well, I guess why I added it.
You should have muted you on that one.
As a grown woman, your hair costs what? $130, $150?
I wish somebody $130.
For real.
$130 on the hair.
I'm just saying, I don't know the prices now.
I mean,
tell me to spend getting $130 for some hair.
No, y'all don't get that Brazilian hair and all that bougie stuff.
You never had this is right here. This is kicking line, whatever.
He's talking about bundles.
I can't afford bundles. I can't. Mm-mm.
Well, y'all can disagree with me, but I think
I will get some rims though.
What you say, Lenny? Some what?
I will get some rims on the altar.
Look at that, though, Blaine. See,
hey, look,
you're not getting weed,
but
you're gonna get rims.
Hey,
okay.
I'm gonna get all y'all audited.
No, not on my Sim One. No, I'm getting that on my own.
Okay.
What's a Sim One, y'all? I don't know what
a child support card.
I wish I had when I show it to you.
It's a what?
It's a child support card. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you something. Okay, so when you do child support in the state of North Carolina, I can't speak for other states, but in the state of North Carolina, you have the option to get it deposited into your account, your banking account, or you can get a Sims One card. I prefer the Sims One card so that I can separate that money from my money.
Right.
So that Sims One card, if you track it, it's all things related to my kids.
Right.
But that's just me.
So it's not like a debit card, like you can just go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It's a Visa check card thingy, and you can use it everywhere you go, anywhere you go, online and everywhere. But like, I only use it for my kids. I have it on that card for a reason, so that if he ever has any questions or anything, bam, look at the statement, boo. And I separate it from my money so that it is their money.
But
I don't have a card. Mine just goes directly into my child's savings account.
Yeah.
We have it set up.
It ain't for no hair though.
Listen.
Mind your business.
Stay off of the hair.
Yeah, hair, nails.
I better not be getting no hair with no doggone child support. I'm for real, y'all. I'm gonna cut y'all off. Y'all getting hair with y'all, and I love y'all, but y'all
but
can't be.
But you know what, Lenny? What if it's the person who the money goes directly into their account, and you know, and that's just what they do? As long as the child is being taken care of, really, why are you?
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna tell you like this. I would be pissed off if I was paying child support, and every time I saw my child like a bum. Then
that's a problem. That's a problem.
That is a serious problem.
Like for 1 month, 3 months, 3 to 6 months, it should be called a reverse child support time. And everyone that's receiving child support should have to pay out the same amount you receive. And we'll see how you feel. We'll see. Hey, no. We'll see. Hey, we'll see how you feel when you paying out and you saying, "Oh, well, he used the money for his haircut."
Let me tell you, if I was a person who was not with that child 100% of the time, I wasn't doing homework, I wasn't cooking them meals, I wasn't there with them when they're sick. I don't care. I'm paying you. I'm paying you, bruh.
Now you adding details. We didn't say all that before.
But those details matter. You can't dismiss that this woman is getting up in the middle of the night when that child is sick. This woman's going to the parent-teacher conferences.
But I ain't got to do no wig though.
So
that's talking about hair.
So you're doing what you're supposed to do. Why are you making it sound like it's like you should get paid for doing what you're supposed to do?
No, it's not. So, you're not doing it.
It's what both of them are supposed to be doing.
Thank you.
It's what both of them are supposed to be doing.
Right, but the custodial parent, the parent that has primary custody is the one that's doing all of this.
Thank you.
Not the non-custodial parent. It doesn't work that way.
So Megan says that he also thinks that men should be able to claim the children on taxes.
What? No, absolutely
well, you know
not.
Wait a minute. Wait.
The amount he's paying out, yes.
Listen. If you are paying child support, there is some type of
There's not, Lenny.
I don't think it is.
It's not, Lenny.
It's whoever the child lives with.
No. But you get credit for that child support you pay.
I don't think so.
No, you don't.
I don't know who doing your taxes.
Are y'all for real?
No, you don't.
Think so.
You do not get. You get no credit for it.
Yes, you do.
You going to jail? You don't say that out there.
I think we have
Lenny about to get
Yeah, I've never heard of that in life.
We have,
but then I know some parents who rotate though.
Like every year.
If you have more than two, like I have a friend. They have. Why do I have so many single parent friends? I didn't even think about it. But I have a friend, and most of them are dudes, y'all. That's sad. Okay, I have a friend. He and his ex girl, whatever. I don't know if they're married or not. They rotate, but they have like 4 kids together, and they're all under the age of 18. So 1 year he'll claim them, and then 1 year. Well, really, they were smart. He get 2 and she get 2.
But you know what? Even when you go to file your taxes, it depends on who the child lives with for the majority of the year. That's how that works.
Well, there's a person in the Nitris. She's in the comments, and she said both of us claim her son. And Nitris,
I don't know how did she even do that?
I don't know how that happened.
How did she do that though?
I don't know how.
I don't know for sure, but if I think this is the same person,
maybe she claimed for 6 months. Another person claimed for 6 months.
Nah.
What?
You get your stuff gets audited. Soon both of y'all claim it. It won't even get processed.
Hey, well, don't set it up here no more, okay? Don't put that in the comments because they can come for you.
We're not responsible if you get audited now. Y'all better quit posting y'all stuff.
Don't come for us because they audited.
Y'all know.
Listen, throw that disclaimer out there real quick.
We are not responsible for the comments in our comments.
Yes, there it is.
Oh,
there
look,
it is.
what? Hey,
Disclaimer.
she
There
just
it
said
is.
Maya said each parent can claim 6 months, but they can't claim them at the same time.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's what I just said. But
That's new.
can they both claim them when it's time for taxes?
But look, yeah, Marco just said the form is 8332.
Oh, okay. So
So,
That's
hey,
what
so
I'm talking
everybody
about,
that's
man.
not thinking that you can't claim your kids, Marco just dropped knowledge and left a form says 8332. So
Thank you, Marco.
This show.
That's what this show is about.
Yep.
Thank you, Marco. We like your beer.
thank you for speaking up on Speak Up Thursday.
Yep.
Thank you, Marco.
But I still ain't agreeing nothing what Tamika said all day now. You on my
I can't believe she said the wig though. Like she
Listen,
was
y'all missing the point of what she's saying. If mom is okay, baby is okay.
I couldn't find the point when she said the wig. I was going with her, but then she said the wig though.
I didn't hear her say that. I thought she said nails.
She said wig, girl. Hey, take us over when we finish.
I didn't hear that.
I didn't say wig. Blaine said wig. I said nails.
See, I thought so.
Yeah, Blaine was the one that threw in the hair.
You did say your hair.
Wait a minute, are they the pointy tip or the regular
Or
square?
unless I was just talking about you know what I'm
Does
saying?
it matter?
Listen, whichever one is cheaper at this point.
Are you getting a $12 fill-in or a $22 fill-in?
Hey, I'm using this for evidence to get all y'all audited.
First of all, none of us even do that. Me and Lenny don't even do that type
Don't
of
worry about it.
Right.
don't play. No, don't get straight face now.
Right, Tamika, see,
No,
that's
I
all
don't have to do that. My
I'm
daughter
sitting
shouts
in
at me
cars
because
tomorrow.
her Facebook account.
Push it up. Okay. Don't do it.
Go ahead and drink that holy water.
Whatever. Anyways, Tamika, you on the hit list now. Every opportunity I get now, I'm coming for you.
So at the end of the day, you know
Did
what?
y'all know that the only time that you are not required to pay child support is if your parental rights are terminated?
Yes.
That's the only time.
I know. Yeah. I've been to court when that situation.
I thought I was dropping some knowledge. You already knew that.
I didn't know that.
You did.
That was powerful. Thank you. I didn't know that.
Thank you, Lenny. You appreciate that. That was an e-jewel. Like, keep that close to your heart. Close to your heart.
Keep audited to your heart too.
I might need to go take my Sim 1 card to get my nails done. Look.
Y'all think it's funny. Hey, y'all think it's funny. This ain't funny.
I would never do that. Nah. I might take my kids to get theirs done, but I wouldn't do that for myself.
Blaine, the joke is on you.
It's just a joke.
No. The joke is when I turn this tape in, when I turn this video into RS, that's a joke.
I am the
I just want to say I'm not responsible. I don't agree with anything Tamika said tonight.
Yeah.
You switch that up real quick.
There you go.
No, Lenny. No, you can't do me like that.
Look, I am not the
Listen, if we see her with her nails done tomorrow, though, we're giving her the side eye. We really are.
First of all, Mr. Mega, okay, you said Tamika in the church and doing devilish stuff. They ain't nothing but the devil in that, okay? It's called mind being
Look.
renewed.
Hey, Mega.
She got to get them nails and that hair done, so she won't.
That's Tamika.
About your mind being renewed, amen?
Yes.
So,
Who got to get the white cloth?
when your mind is renewed and you can think and you can just have the victory and you're happy, there ain't nothing wrong and nothing about the devil.
Well, look, if you need your hair renewed, just go bald headed. It'll be renewed every time. All right, all you gonna need a little bit of wax and a good little shine.
Stop trying to put that on me.
There you go.
But why she gotta cut all her hair off though?
She'll be renewed every time she shines.
She can be team natural.
There you go.
You know what? Wait a minute. That might be why we got so many women going natural.
Yep, because they're a bald headed lie.
That ain't doing nothing.
Plain, first of all, that's not
because they're a
why.
bald headed lie.
What did Lenny say? Lenny going natural because of what, Lenny? What'd you say?
Man, some people had to go natural, girl. Them daddies won't do what they supposed to do.
Hey, but look, hey.
You might do some $10 clippers you got in your own.
Avery said the wave cap. Yeah, they gonna have waves, bro. Hey, wave gang, grease.
Avery said wave cap.
But at the end of the day, y'all crazy. At the end of the day, it's important that when we have children, that we are mature enough to handle all situations. When you're thinking about having children, you should think about all type of potential situations you may be in.
Right.
And think about how you would handle those situations. You know, no one plans to be a single mother. No one plans to be a parent that has to pay child support and see their kids part-time. Nobody plans to be a deadbeat daddy. Nobody plans to be a deadbeat mother. But at the end of the day, these are things that life has brought to the picture for some people. But we have to remember to always be mature and remember that our children are what's most important. So at the end of the day, we need to make sure that we are taking responsibility for our own seeds and that we're taking care of our children, male, female, mother, father. It's important that we put our personal decisions aside, our personal feelings aside, and grow up and be mature in front of our children and make sure that at the end of the day that they are taken care of. So whether it's child support, whether it's spending time, whether it's whatever you do, it should be something that's directed towards spending time and building successful young adults and making our children to be healthy, mentally healthy, spiritually healthy in all areas. That's what we're supposed to do as parents. And when it comes to being a parent, we have to just be mature about the thing and not worry about what this person's doing, what this person's not doing. At some point, you got to cut all that off anyway and say, you know what, at the end of the day, they might not want to step up to the position, but I'm going to do it. And we just have to rock it out how we can. And I believe that when we do that, ways will be made, provision will be made, everything that we need will fall into place. And it may be hard in the moment, but it will get better. It will. It has to. It has to get better.
Yeah, I heard that key word though, right? Way. Get yourself away.
What was the key word?
It's okay.
Nobody. It was nobody.
Anyway, like I was saying, at the end of the day, you know, and I want to give a shout out to all those fathers out there. I know a lot of times men get a lot of slack, but there are a lot of good fathers. Fathers that are sacrificing every day, fathers that are doing whatever it takes to be a good role model to not only their children, but to other children. And there are good, mature mothers out there who are not always causing things to be dramatic. Right. There are mothers out there that are working successfully with the other co-parent. All mothers are not drama filled. All of us are not out there just to get a check. All of us are not out there just to cause headaches and pain. That's not what most of us are not like that. The sad part is on both sides is most men are not deadbeat daddies. Most men are not deadbeat daddies. It's just that for some reason we glorify and we bring attention to the deadbeat. Sometimes I think we need to switch that and bring more attention to the ones that are doing what they're supposed to be doing. So maybe when we bring more attention to the ones that are doing what they're supposed to be doing on both sides of the stick, then maybe more people be motivated to be that. Right. I don't know. That's just my thinking. But I just want to say, I don't want us to end this podcast without shouting out those people who are mature in their situation and those people who are raising great children and great young adults. I want to give a shout out to the moms and the dads who are staying up at night helping with homework, who are dealing with the sick kid even when you're sick. I want to give a shout out to those parents and those parents that are not even like biologically the parents that have stepped up to the plate to be what our children need them to be because they are our future. And if we don't do what we're supposed to do for them now, we're heading in the wrong direction. So if we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing as a parent, y'all need to figure out a way to fix it and get on to it. Or get out the way. So those are my thoughts.
Amen to that, Lenny. Amen to that.
I know that we laugh and we talk a lot, but I just want that to be known that, you know, that's what this is all about, to uplift each other as parents, not just single parents, but all parents as a whole, and people that are thinking about being parents, people that sister, that brother who might not be a parent, but have a sister or brother that is a parent. That's what it's all about, so we can come together and help each other. So we're not picking or anything like that on the people that are receiving child or the people or anyone. We just want to point out that, you know, we're here and I love the podcast. I love this podcast because we're here talking to each other because there's some things that can be said in this podcast and it makes me think at the end of the day, like, wow, I didn't even think about it like that. Let me improve in this area. So I'm hoping that by you guys watching this Child Support 2 podcast, and maybe there's something that triggers you to want to do better. There might be somebody, I guarantee you somebody who's listening or watching who's not doing what they're supposed to be doing with their kid. I hope that you listen to this and you see the comments in the comment section and it challenges you to do better. I mean, because we all can do better. We all have room for betterment.
Yes, ma'am.
But yeah, I hate to get serious on you, but yeah.
No, that's perfect. You know what?
That
really,
was
that was awesome. Should not have to suffer consequences and not having the support they need due to the immaturity of the parents.
Right.
So you summed that up very well. Very well.
Very well.
Very good. Thank you, Lenny. We appreciate you for that.
Yes, definitely.
So guys, we just thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate your support.
Yes.
We appreciate you guys reaching out and giving us suggestions. We appreciate everything you do. Thank you for taking the time out on your Thursday evening to spend it with us, to laugh, to talk, to share your point of views, to call in. We appreciate you guys. We can pray that you guys continue to support us. We hope you had a great Thanksgiving, and we pray that you guys have even better days to come. And for these single mothers on here that are talking about how hard it is and things like that, trust me, it gets easier. And for that single father, it gets easier. It gets easier. I don't know if it gets easier because the other person starts doing better, or it just gets easier because you learn more from the situation you're in. But either way it go, it gets easier and it gets better. And just because it looks hard right now, that's not the end result. A change is going to come, whether it comes through you or comes through the other person. But it's going to come and it's going to get better. Amen. So don't be discouraged in the situation you're in right now.
I feel like we need to pass the collection plate around, like Megan said. We just had church. We really just had church for like the last, Lenny was talking about 5 minutes. Yeah. We need to pass the collection plate.
Hey.
He did that. It was
Take up an offering.
But with that being said, we are at the end for the night.
Yes.
Once again, we appreciate you coming on, calling in, making comments, joining us tonight for Thursday. Catch us next Thursday, as we haven't put the topic out yet, but
it's gonna be juicy.
Yep, it always is. So we'll see y'all next Thursday, y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Good night.
And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, hold up. Did I stop the video? Or is it still live? Nope, it's still live.
Playing, really?
Hold up. I'm trying to learn how to